So the physical product ad, or how most people call it, e-commerce, right? Now the physical product ad is really similar to the gift ad that we just went over. You'll see in a second why, because what I'm actually teaching here is fundamental strategies that touch on every single business. Okay, that's what's so amazing. You can take what you learned. I'm going to show you now examples, of course, but you can take what you know and really put it on any business. This is marketing in a nutshell. Okay, this is the bread and butter of marketing. Doesn't matter what you're selling, it's still built from the same basically strategies and from the same patterns, and you'll see in a second. So first of all, there are three main ads for e-commerce. Okay, three main ads that I want to talk about. There's the free plus shipping ad, the famous free plus shipping, which is if you don't know what free plus shipping is basically you give a product out for free, but you charge them shipping on it and you take the profit from the shipping. Or you don't make too much profit or any profit and you make profits from the upsells and from actually acquiring the person as a customer, as a lifetime customer. Then you have the discount, which is most of your ads are going to be discount ads. Okay, and then you have the video ad. Okay, these are the three main e-commerce ads that you'll run. If you're doing apparel or if you're doing physical products, it really doesn't matter. These are the fundamentals of basically of e-com ads. Now, believe it or not, the e-commerce ad eventually is not the whole thing. Okay, people think that once you know how to do ads good in e-commerce, that's it. You're gonna make a ton of money, and that's all it takes. Not e-commerce, but ads is literally a small slice of the pie. Okay, because where does the customer convert? On your website. So before you go and blame your ads, go check out your landing page, go check out your sales page, see if there's no issues there, and if it's actually good. We're going to go over that in a second, but if that's actually converting, before you go ahead and blame your ads. Okay, so the discount ad where you offer a discount, right? It can be for the first 300 hoodies sold, like what you see here. It can be a discount for the next 24 hours, whatever. And then we have the video, okay, which is this pretty similar copy, but instead of an image, you have an actual video. Of course, there's much more ads, there's much more different types of ads, but these are the main ones. Okay, and I'm gonna go over them. Now, first of all, we have the free plus shipping, okay, which is, again, you give the product out for free and you offer, and they pay for shipping. Now, this is not a business model, okay? People think that if you have a store filled with free plus shipping items, then that's an amazing business model and you make a ton of money. You can make a lot of short-term money, I agree, but you don't want to do that, okay? We're here to build actual businesses. That's why the free plus shipping ad is not built for that. It's built to bring customers and to basically acquire them and then upsell them later. But before we actually dive deep into that, I want to talk about, first of all, what you see here, which is the copy. What you see here in the actual copy is really pretty much the same thing as what we talked about before. Okay, we're speaking to the customer. Okay, like we're talking to a dentist, we're still speaking to a customer. Turtle lovers, okay, that's speaking to the customer. Social proof. In celebration of our 5,000th order, okay, that's social proof. A gift, okay, we're giving away our best-selling turtle necklace. The best-selling is social proof as well. And what's the gift? We're giving away our turtle necklace for free. What's the reason for the gift? Celebration of our 5,000th order. And, of course, scarcity, right? Only 300 to give away, don't miss out. And the link, of course, which is where you get the link, which is basically the same structure that we went over. Okay, it's exactly the same structure. It's changed, it's a bit different. Of course, you take the structure and you change it depending on who your customer is and what you're selling. So here, for example, there's no reason for the gift. There's no social proof. There's only speaking to the customer, gift, and scarcity. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work. You don't always have to use all your cards, right? You can use some of them. Sometimes you can only use 2, 3 of them. Sometimes you can use all of them. It's not necessary that you always do the same thing. Think for yourself what is more beneficial for your ad. Okay, sometimes this will be better, sometimes that will be better. These are guidelines. Remember, I want you to experiment. I want you to build your own type of strategies and techniques that will work for you. That's what makes a good marketer, right? Remember, a good marketer is the one that copies, right? A great marketer is the one that steals. But an amazing marketer is the one that not only steals and copies, but also creates his own, that is basically built out of other people's strategies, because anything that we learn is basically taken from other people, right? We learn from other people and we basically we create something of our own. So that's what I would want you to do. So here, for example, you can see speaking to the customers, only nurses will understand, limited edition, 20% off for the first 300 sold. So that's the gift, right? The gift doesn't always have to be something free. Here we're just giving a discount. And there's the scarcity. Share with friends and tag a nurse, for example. There's not always, you don't always need to basically use all your cards, like I said. You can use some of them and it'll still work, right? So for example, there's no reason here for the gift, but there's 20% off for the first 300 sold, which is kind of somewhat a scarcity here. That triggers something in the customer, right? Because it's a very high level of scarcity. They don't know how many were sold. They know that it will eventually, the discount will end if they don't buy in the first 300, right? So that's another way. And then we have the video. Here again, we only have social proof, we only have a gift, and we only have social proof, a gift, and scarcity. Clever Cutter is back in stock. Okay, so that's basically social proof, because it basically shows that it was sold out. And it even says you ran out of stock in 6 hours last time. You guys are fast. So that basically shows that people have bought this really fast and ran out of stock. So it's not only social proof, it's scarcity in the same actually sentence. And then you have the link, and then if out of stock, come back on August. Huge scarcity. They don't want to come back on August. They want to buy it now. Okay, you're creating that pain that they never thought that they need this product until you created this pain in them, right? So if you don't get it now, then you're probably gonna have to come back on August, okay? So something like that. That works really good. And just to show you, basically a lot of things work good. There's no one strict way to do an ad. This works, this works, this works. They're all basically built out of the same fundamentals, right? A gift, social proof, scarcity, speaking to the customer, reason for gift, and so on and so on. Now, when do you really want to use free plus shipping? Okay, so what's so amazing about free plus shipping is that the benefits of it is that you usually get very cheap link clicks. Okay, that's the main reason usually that people use free plus shipping. It's to kind of get initial traffic to their website. Okay, so it's really good for getting traffic because you get the cheapest clicks usually when you're doing a free plus shipping offer. Now, I don't want you to waste your time without an upsell though. This is not a way to make a lot of money. This is a way to get traffic. You can make some bucks profit, but it's not worth the time and the effort. You want to have upsells in place. So you want to be able to, once they go into your store, you want to be able to have an upsell that basically sells them after they come to your store. Or if it's where you're building more of a brand, then to use their email to eventually keep them as a lifelong customer, right? You don't want to have a business model that is built out of free plus shipping products. Okay, that's really not a long-term business. You want to have an actual business that doesn't rely on free plus shipping. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I know a lot of people do that as well. Free plus shipping is amazing for that thing, for bringing traffic and for basically building that trust and getting that customer into your store. From there, what happens, that's all about your funnel. Okay. Now, the discount ad. This is probably going to be most of your ads. Okay, most of your ads will have this kind of structure. Okay, with a discount, we're offering a discount for the first 300 sold for 24 hours in celebration of Valentine's Day, in celebration of the New Year's, whatever. Okay, most of your products will have this type of ad copy. Okay, here's a few more examples. Hey, wine drinkers, in celebration of Wine Week, our best-selling wine hoodie is 50% off for a limited time. Get yours here. Share and tag a wine lover. Okay, so again, speaking to the customer, what's the reason for the gift? It's best-selling. It's 50% off. It's available for a limited time. We got scarcity, we got social proof, we got speaking to the customer, and we got share and tag a wine lover, which it just brings virality. Okay, it makes people share it makes people tag their friends. And then we have the ad that we went over, and for example, here we have this surfing necklace, right? So are the waves calling you? Again, speaking to the customer, in celebration of Surf Week, our best-selling surf necklace is 50% off. Okay, why is our best-selling surf necklace 50% off? Because it's Surf Week. Okay, share and tag a surf buddy. Now this is actually pretty cool because we sometimes just create holidays and events just to give a reason for the discount. So I don't know at Surf Week. I don't know if it exists. I don't know when it is. I just know that people don't. People are like, oh, cool, it's Surf Week. Oh, awesome, 50% off. Let's do it, right? So it can be Surf Week. It can be Wine Month. It can be Nurse Day. Literally, you can create holidays of your own, and that is the reason for the discount. Okay, I know a lot of people just like either that, or you can just like I know a lot of people that just look for. We do that as well, where you just look for holidays that are coming up, and usually every month, 2 months, there's a holiday, and then we just give that as a reason. So it can be Valentine's Day, it can be Independence Day, it can be the 4th of July, it can be New Year's, it can be Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever. There's always going to be a reason for you to give a discount. Okay, as long as there's a reason, okay, a reason for the discount, then that's basically going to work better for you. It can be your 5,000th order. That can be a good reason. Even though you don't have your 5,000 orders, you can write that. It can be for Valentine's Day. It can be because it's Steve's mom's birthday. We're giving away our best-selling for 30% off. In celebration of our CEO Mark's newborn son, our best-selling hoodie is 20% off, and so on and so on. These things create a connection in their mind for the reason of this discount. Okay. Now, the video ad is basically an amazing ad. It works the best out of any ad, and it's really basically just amazing for products that you can show the use of. Okay, you can basically I explained this as well a bit more in depth, but the thing about this is that this way you're basically opening up a whole new reality to people that see the ad. Other than a static image, they now see the use of the ad. You'll usually do videos for products that have a use, unless you create a cool video from static images. But it usually works the best with products that you can show the use of them, like this scissor clever cutter. Okay, that, or like magnetic balls, or like a spinner, or like the fidget cube if you've seen that, or like the magnetic USB cable, and all of that. Those things are products that work amazing with videos because it has a wow effect. Okay, it has that wow effect that people get intrigued by it, and they can actually imagine how the product works. And that's like another way for them to experience the product, other than just an image. Other than an image and an explanation, they see the product working. A very, very important rule is that you want to make sure to put the wow effect in the first 3 seconds. Okay, this is the most important thing because people have a very short attention span. They scroll through Facebook, right? And they need to see the product, they need to see something really cool happening while they are scrolling through Facebook. If they don't see it, they'll just continue scrolling. Okay, you have about 2 seconds to keep their attention. And those 2 seconds are crucial. That's what divides a person from listening to your ad and eventually buying it to just scrolling away and forgetting about it completely. So what we usually do is we actually just cut out the wow effect. If it's not already in the first 3 seconds, we find it and we cut it out, and not cut it, but copy it and put it in the first 3 seconds. Just so the second they see the ad, that's the first thing they see. This keeps them intrigued, and that keeps them in the moment to actually see the ad. So that's really, really important. Other than that, this is something that I've never seen people talk about, but this has improved our conversions by a ton. I don't know if you know this, but a video, it autoplays only if you're connected to Wi-Fi or on certain 3G, 4G connections. Okay, usually the video won't autoplay. It only autoplays. There's no specific rules to this, but it only autoplays on Wi-Fi or on certain connections. So you don't want that. You want them to. You want it to actually activate the moment they see it. They don't need to click on something for it to activate. How do you do that? You only reach people that are connected to Wi-Fi. Okay. Because when they're connected to Wi-Fi, they just scroll through Facebook and then automatically the video will start running. They don't need to click on anything. You can make it work as well if they click on it and your thumbnail is good, but I just recommend to let it run only on Wi-Fi, and you'll see a huge increase in conversions because they have no choice. That the video will just start running alone. And if you have that wow effect in the first 3 seconds, that's going to catch their attention. Okay, that's what's going to make them stay. So that's really important to remember. And other than that, ad isn't everything. Like I said at the beginning, the ad only brings the traffic. The user converts thanks to your sales page. Okay, it converts thanks to what they experience on your product page. So make sure your site looks good on mobile, because over 70% of traffic comes from mobile. If you don't know that already, okay, over 70% of your traffic comes from mobile, because most people on Facebook are on their mobile phone, unless you send out ads only to desktop. Which you do as well in the scale, but you have to remember that it's important that your site looks good on mobile. If it doesn't work good on mobile, you're shooting yourself in the leg. And another thing you can actually do is you can create an ad from an audience, from the people that viewed the video, and retarget them with a different ad on the same product, okay, and a discount or whatever. That's the whole purpose of this warm traffic that you're creating from the viewers. Okay, that's amazing. This way, you have this audience that's already warm, that already watched your video, and then you know how people watch, like they see an ad and they're like, oh cool, I'll get that later, and then after a day they want to get it, but they totally forgot about it, or they don't know how to find it, and then suddenly your ad pops up in their feed again. You'll notice a huge amount of conversions from retargeting ads, and either we already talked about that or we are going to talk about it. Retargeting is a necessity with ads, especially with video ads. Okay, that's why video ads are so amazing, because you create an audience from the viewers. Anyway, that's basically it for the physical product ad. There's not too much that you need to know, because the thing about a physical product ad is that it's really simple, stupid. Okay, what's important is that you have the rules, right? You have the same fundamentals. You're speaking to the customer, you're showing the social proof, you're giving a gift, you're giving a reason for the gift, and the gift can be 20% off, 50% off. It can be a free plus shipping. Doesn't matter. You have the scarcity, and then it's all about really having your sales page looking good and scaling from there, right? I don't want to go too deep into e-com, because this whole purpose of this program is not to research products and niches. It's about Facebook ads in a whole, right? It's about really how to utilize Facebook advertising on the highest level, and that's really what we're gonna go over and what we are going over here. But when it comes to e-commerce ads, it's not different than any other ad out there. Okay, it follows the same set of rules. But if there's something that you should take from this video, is that if you have the option of doing video, do video, because it's so powerful. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.